the government is very clear of why they've done this, but the Congress says that this is nothing but petty politics.
Well, that's right. And in fact, the question that was asked to the Congress spokesperson, in fact, I asked him whether a legal recourse will be taken by the Congress or not. They said they will be, in fact, discussing it with the lawyer. And if required, they will be approaching the court as well. But overall, what the Congress have been trying to say is that this is a pattern that the BJP has been following since 2014. They are trying to, in fact, remove any sort of legacy or distort any sort of legacy of the previous Congress leaders that include the former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, that includes the former Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So any sort of work or the struggle, the kind of contribution that they have done to the nation is being trying to be distorted and removed by the BJP is the big allegation that is coming in. Meanwhile, the BJP, of course, maintains that given the fact that how the decision was taken to make this, in fact, a museum for all the prime ministers of the country, around 13 of them, hence it was decided that the name should also fit in, and that is why the name has in fact been now changed to Prime Minister's Museum and Society. But clearly it seems the Congress is in fact going to take this up. They are going to protest. They have already condemned this. But whether they are going to knock the doors of the court is something that we'll get to know in coming days.
Whether there's actually any legal recourse that is being taken or not, we'll have to wait and watch. But Karti Chidambaram of the Congress Party joining us here on this broadcast. So thank you so much for speaking with us. The government says that this is an ode to celebrate all of the prime ministers in free India. That's the rationale behind the renaming.
I've already put out my views in my Twitter feed. If the government wants to, they must create new institutions and name it as they deem fit. There is no point in renaming existing established institutions. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. He was known as the light of Asia. He was a towering personality in the global arena. In his name, there is an institution which has been functioning for more than 6 decades. I don't know when it was actually started. So now to rename it and to give it a name which perhaps is all-encompassing of all people who have held the Prime Minister's office, in my opinion, is completely unnecessary. If the present government wants to build an institution, they must build a new institution and to name it as they deem fit. Renaming existing institution only shows the petty-mindedness of those who are mooting this idea.
Mr. Chidambaram, do you think that it's just a renaming of the institution? There's not much that has been changed. Otherwise, the legacy that the first Prime Minister of this country has, that continues. We're only celebrating everyone else as well.
Yeah, please, absolutely. Please celebrate everybody else, but build something else. Why do you want to rename something which has been there for 60 years or 70 years? Why do you want to rename that? Build something anew. Build something anew, build something better, build something more glorious. That should be the focus of the government instead of just renaming existing established institutions.
Do you also think this is timed to perhaps the elections as well? We have 5 states this year and 2024 next year.
This is all going to have no impact in elections. State elections are fought completely on different issues. They are fought on very local, hyper-local issues. That's how state elections will be fought. And the Karnataka election is a great example of that. And all the upcoming 5 state elections also will be fought on hyper-local issues of those states. That's all. These all will have no impact. I mean, the Delhi media always misreads the mood of a state. They think that what catches your imagination is somehow a concern of the common person in a state. It is not. It has no bearing, none whatsoever.
Sure. Mr. Karti Chidambaram, thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. The Congress there